Hey guys, it's Carol. Thank you for stopping by. This is my stitching recap for December 2023. I last filmed before Thanksgiving, so I have a month's worth of stuff to share with you, which feels like a lot because it kind of is. I have 9 whips to share today. Plus, I wanted to, I don't know, it's the holiday season, and I wanted to share with you a little bit of my Christmas morning joy. I don't love doing haul videos, but we'll call this haul because it was my Christmas present, and it is a vintage needlepoint kit off of eBay. It's a Elsa Williams. I am not really all that knowledgeable about all the kit makers. I think this is from the 1990s. There's no... Yeah, sorry, I was double checking. There is no copyright date on this one, but it is also early enough that there's no website printed on it, but in the address they have your zip code +4. So I'm gonna, if I were to date everything about this, mid-90s, that would be a guess. Totally a guess. I really have no idea, no way of knowing. All I know is that horses are my passion beyond crafting. Like, the other thing I do is horseback riding, and so I had found this on eBay back when I was looking for stuff. I didn't buy, but I may have added this to my Christmas list, and my husband was so kind as to get it for me. It is called On Course. I like how it says tally ho, like indicating it, like tally ho would be out in the hunting field. This is clearly in the show ring, and although his helmet does have a safety harness, again, this is going to tell me that it's 90s, not 80s. Even as late, when I was a kid, I still saw people riding with hunt caps with no harnesses. Like, crazy. I don't even know what they were doing. Your head's important, guys. I took a really spectacular fall about 2.5 years ago. Just cantering around. I mean, nothing crazy, but my helmet, like, you could feel the deformation in it after the fact, and whew. Yeah, I know, random aside as I'm sitting here telling you about this needlepoint kit, but anyway, yeah, it's clearly some, you know, it looks like a show hunter of some kind, because you'll note the not terribly fancy, we don't have bright colors, and the natural looking jump. So like I said, show hunter. That's what I do ride. I don't show anymore because I'm a fraidy cat, like totally a fraidy cat. Actually, one of my goals for this year, I sat down and wrote down a whole bunch of goals, and I don't, you know how some people do resolutions? I am not a resolution kind of girl because I break them all within about 2 weeks. That's a lie, it's actually usually 1 week. But I break them really fast. So this year I decided that I was gonna go with goals. And my goal for this year is to jump just a bog standard 2-foot course, like the one that the little kids do when they first come off of cross rails. I used to show those locally. Haven't done that in a decade. Showing makes me nervous. Like, I love riding, but going in the ring is just like the worst feeling in the world. So I don't want to, like, my whole goal, and it's so funny because the barn I ride at, all the kids are like, when are you gonna show? When are you gonna show? I mean, they're so sweet. I love the barn kids. But the answer is, I'm not, because I don't want to. But I want to be able to do as if I were showing. Like I said, it's been a long time right now. I can get myself over course across rails with some simple changes, but I want to do like a real, like, legit course again. But anyway, so to go along with that, like I said, I have this really cute needlepoint kit. It comes with everything already on an organizer. I didn't open it up or anything. This is like new in package. So whoever was cleaning out their stash, I really appreciate it, because finding stuff like this is actually really hard these days. I don't know, actually, even you don't find cross-stitch stuff like this. Like, you used to find more. It's just not the current trend right now, which is cool, but that's okay, because, like I said, Merry Christmas to me. With that, let's jump right into the whips. First up is a Dimensions needlepoint kit called Butterfly on Zinnia. Here's where it was last time. And here it is today. I don't know, there's not necessarily a lot to be said. It's a needlepoint project. It's a tiny, I mean, it's a 5x5 piece in total. As you can see, I actually have like decent, wish it were a little tighter, but that's how it goes. Have it on the stretcher bars, and all of this is done with just your standard floss that comes in Dimensions kits. Like, it's the exact same like how it comes on the card. It's just instead of cross stitching with it, you're generally using all 6 strands for the coverage on this, which I think it is on a 14 count mesh canvas. So the coverage with the all 6 strands turns out really well. And there are a couple blends in here where it's like 3, this lighter yellow here is actually the 3 of the white and 3 of the light gold here, not the darker one, but this one. And so I've just been kind of filling this in randomly. I think I had not had any of this blue in here. It's a tiger swallowtail, but it goes fast when I sit down to work on it. I just haven't prioritized it because I have lots of stuff. In the spirit of seasonally inspired stitching, after Thanksgiving, I spent actually pretty much that entire weekend working on Teresa Wensler's Fall Carousel Horse. Here's where it was last time. And this is where I am now. Finished out the Carousel Horse's forelegs, all the way through the hooves. I did not do any of the back stitching through here yet, just because I didn't really feel like it. I got to like the last stitch on this hoof and was like, okay, I'm gonna put it down for now. But I spent a solid 4 days working on this. I'm really, really pleased with the progress. You can see like where this has been filling in, so the tassels are becoming so obvious. My plan is to basically, and there's like this is a leaf, so the green in here matches the greenery that's going to be over here. So when I pick this up again, and I don't know when that's going to be, I'm going to be basically continuing working up the horse's neck to the head. I am not starting any of the others, by the way, until this one is done. I had originally thought about like, oh, well, it's winter. Start the winter one. I have the fabric for it. I haven't done any of the floss shopping, and I realize, again, I have too many projects in progress right now, so I'm going to continue this one just as I feel the colors. I do like, this is just a beautiful deep chestnut, and I don't know, some of it feels fall. The flax and mane does make me think a little bit of wintertime, so we'll see how it goes. But the nice part, like through a lot of here, it's a lot of the quarter stitches I've mentioned, they take forever, they look fantastic. This was honestly a lot of like just regular full stitches. It was a really nice change of pace compared to, so that's why I like got so much done in comparison. And I guess that's the one thing that I should probably in the future when I pick this up is make sure that I have spots where I can do a lot of like stitching. And by the way, the horse's neck, it's going to be like the same style, and then it's like do a little bit more of the mane so that I can kind of switch it up, and that way I don't get bogged down and feeling like I'm making no progress, even though I'm making a ton of progress. It's just not always very fast looking, but like I said, this one's really pretty. I don't know, I think it was the other part is getting something that makes it look like a horse really helped. So it's the end of 2023, and one of my goal pieces for this year, for June, was Autumn Queen. Mirabilia Designs. This one is out of print, but if you can find it, it's really pretty. I recommend it. I have no idea how much they go for right now, but like I said, really like this one. This is one of the earlier seasonal queen pieces. Here's where she was last time. And here's where she is today. I don't know if I'm chopping her head off, so I kind of hope not, although that's where most of the work I've done has been. I'm still not done. There's like a tassel down over here, not done. All of this beading through here, still not done, like on her sleeves, but her head's done. I have done all of the beading through here. It's needed, basically I got to the choker and stopped. No real reason. It was just Actually, the reason was we reached the end of Die Hard for the annual Christmas viewing, and I was like, okay, putting the beading down for now and just haven't picked her back up. This one is so close to being done, it almost pains me that I haven't finished yet. So, priority project, just to be done, but I mean, I have to get past the I don't love beading problem. It's not that difficult. I have the beads, I just haven't sat down and done it. I think it's because it just takes longer than doing like the comparable X's. Like X's for me are much, with the floss is much more mindless compared to, you know, switching colors basically, because I just do them as they come along. So it's, you know, you're not using the same color, you're making sure that you're grabbing the right one. But I mean, like I said, she's really pretty. Really, this one, if I would just buckle down and spend a week, should be done. So I'm gonna talk little plans like at the end, but this one is, she needs to be my focus on a finish. She's needed to be my focus on a finish now for like a year and a half. So let's try. Didn't happen in 2023, but maybe 2024 will be my year to have this one done. For the holiday season, I had picked up Mirabilia Designs Royal Holiday as just kind of like a nice, fun, what I get done. It was like the one that would every so often just say, please work on me. And there it was, working on it. Here's where it was last time. And here's where she is today. You'll note I have, despite the fact that what I love about this pattern is all of these beautiful like deep reds, what I have been working on has not been much of that. I did finish out the like darkest colors through here and put a little bit right here, but for the last month what I've primarily been working on is the grays here. You'll see this like top line through here. This is like, there's a tassel here that isn't really formed yet, that's with the brown, and this I think that's 677 is this light gold tone here. But this is like, I think she has like a hood, and that's where this is going to. And then filling in, honestly, some of the Krynic, the Whisper. This Whisper here is also done. It's very interesting. It's like from the exact same card. It looks a little more muted here and much brighter here, just where it contrasts against the fabric. But she's coming along really nicely. I basically just been working on her when I was feeling it, so I'm happy. The bulk of my December stitching time has ended up being Mirabilia Designs Winter Queen. Not for any seasonally inspired reason, just this was the one that was talking to me. Here's where it was last time. And here she is right now. This is almost all the way over. This is like the lap robe. I need to fill in like a little bit of the edge here, but we're almost over to as far as it goes over here on the right side of the piece. And then I've just been kind of filling down, so a little bit over here, but really it's a lot of this. It's a lot of white. So I don't know how well you can see it, but it's actually pretty, like almost all the way complete to about where on top of my finger. There's white here, just kind of continuing down. And then this is, you can see the blue. This is her dress underneath the, or I don't know what it is, like cloak, I don't know, whatever this white thing is she's holding. Maybe it's a blanket, I don't know, it looks very fuzzy. There's a decent amount of Whisper in here, but anyway, so more white's gonna come in here, but it's gonna be more like the reflections in the satin of her dress, because again, it's gonna be blue. I have been enjoying this, although sometimes the white on white does get a little tedious. And I have a spot over here where it's like the white got mildly discolored, so I might have to go and rip that out later. I don't know, but I'm enjoying this. Like I said, it's the one that's been talking to me the most recently. I don't know why, but I'm going with what my stitching desire is telling me to do. A project I was not really anticipating on pulling out, but ended up in my hands anyway, Ink Circles Tapestry. And here's where it was last time. And here's where it is right now. First of all, the fact that I only ever gave myself a 2-inch margin was just stupid. It's because it's just wide enough that I couldn't get 3-inch margins on the fat quarter, and for some reason I think I was planning on using the bottom of this for something else. Whatever. I have been trying to fill in these birds here, and then I went back up and actually did a little bit at the top right here. So I have been struggling with this piece in large part because I have not been enjoying the colors of these birds. They're brown and gray and they're not joyful to me. But this was so much fun. Like, I love this pink. I love this green. And I was like, you know what? I think the problem why I haven't wanted to is that just the section I'm in isn't great colors. Like, all the rest of this is super bright, lovely, bright, cheerful colors, and I'm not working on them. So what I'm doing right now is basically every time I finish a bird motif, I get to like run like a length of floss up here, and it's just, it really made me understand. I was like, oh, I do like this project. It is pretty. So I am basically doing the part where I don't have to punish myself by sticking strictly to the center to, like, that's why I haven't done the motif here. Then it's like, okay, I did these 3, but I didn't do the, like, and my original plan, because I was going clockwise around, I should have done this one before I went up here, and I was like, whatever. I'm just kind of trying to fill it in. This one's pretty. Also, it's like I said, when I do the pretty color, like this and this went really fast. And I was like, okay, so I'm kind of thinking that once I get out of the colors I don't like, that I am going to want to put more time into this. And I would like to, because this one is one I think I would actually like to finish this year. Not that I'm setting a specific goal on which ones I'm finishing, but that's how it is. Next up is Heaven and Earth Designs Mini Interior of Tintern Abbey. I had mentioned on my last video that I was hoping for a page finish for Thanksgiving. So here's where it was last time. And here it is, page finish, and only a couple of stitches more. I was in freak out mode the evening before Thanksgiving. It was like dinner time, by the way, so early enough, I guess I knew it was going to run into a problem. I had a color down here, 8 stitches worth. I have all the other floss for this project, but somehow I managed to not buy this one color. Like, I went double checked, no, I had everything else didn't have this color. I had this color nowhere in my stash. Which actually surprised me because it was like a beige, and I don't know how I didn't buy it, how I never made a notation that I didn't have it. Like, I was, until dinner time Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I really was convinced, oh, I had all the colors for being able to do the entire project. And I was so set that I had to have the page finished by Thanksgiving, and there's no way to buy floss on Thanksgiving, and I wasn't going to go out on Black Friday, so I may have run out while dinner was cooking in order to go get the 1 skein of floss to finish this up. Yeah, like, I probably should have waited. Like, there was no need to, anyway, neither here nor there. I do have the page finish. It is really, it's cool because now I can see that, so you have trees here. This is like building, because obviously it's ruins. It's like starting to look more discernible as a like work of art. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I really love the colors actually through these trees right here, how they blend it, or how it goes against the sky, even though actually there's some colors that replicate from the sky into here, but they just work really well. It's super pretty. I, however, hit that page finish, put it down, and have not brought myself to pick it back up, but I'm gonna have to at some point. But yeah, my sister is at the same spot. But I mean, told you she'd finished the entire row. She's done a page, but she'd hit the part of, I don't know that I'm gonna pick it up right now. It doesn't have, and none of the colors are particularly exciting. That's like the one thing, is sometimes it's nice to pick up exciting colors, and so they all look great when you, like, as it's done, but it's not necessarily the one that draws me to when I'm like looking at floss and being like, I want to do something pretty, even though it is pretty. Yeah. As you know, I'm sitting in front of the family Christmas stockings. I have had, some of these are 19, 20 years old. They're not all in the best of condition. There's no names attached to them, and every year my kids do, which stocking's mine? don't know, it's the same candy in each stocking, but you get the idea. Having had so much fun with holiday hoodies, I decided that I, in fact, want a cross-stitch stocking of my own. And while I don't need any new starts, I have a new start. And it is this Dimensions Gold Collection. It is the Holy Night stocking, and I picked it because I think it is a really beautiful rendition of the Holy Family at Jesus' birth. And this one will be back my stocking. Yeah, I'm doing me first because why not? And I started this one on December 23rd, and I haven't gotten very far. Not a lot going on here. This line right here, this is actually the edge of the stocking. All of the Dimension stockings go this way, and then they curve, I guess, that way, which is opposite of all my current stockings, which all curve the other direction. That's fine. So this is the cow by the manger. Not that you can really tell much. This missing part here will be an eye. I started and haven't really gone that far with it, but I am really excited just because I really, like I said, I enjoyed the Holiday Hoodie stocking, and I don't know, this is a lot of fun. This is the first Dimensions kit that I've run into that has the 4 strands with the half cross. So like this cow, which right now these are all 2 strands full cross, and this is on an 18 count. There's parts of the cow that are going to be the 4 strands half cross. I think that's why I haven't done more of the nose. It's a lighter gold, but yeah, I'm hoping to have this done for next year. If I'm really on the ball, I'll get at least one other stocking done, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm starting with mine, so this is, I don't know, it's pretty good. The other part, I did actually hold it up because I was curious. The size of this is actually pretty akin to the size of the stockings we already have, so I'm not really losing anything by cross-stitching them. And I actually have enough kits to cross-stitch for everybody. They'll be different designs, but like I said, I wanted to start with me. I have it's a gold collection for me, a gold collection for my husband, and then the kids are just the regular Dimensions, which are not the full coverage. When I opened this up, I was actually surprised because so much of the actual design is dark, and I was like, wait, this is on Ivory Ada? So that's how I really thought it was going to be on like a dark, like a navy Ada, and I shouldn't have been surprised. It clearly says on the packaging that it's going to be an Ivory Ada, but I didn't think about that. So I will say though, I really do like the coverage of this is black right here, with the 2/1 on the 18 count is coming through really nicely. Like I don't have any of the fabric showing through at the moment. Next up, this is not a new start, but this will be new to you because I haven't shared it on my videos before now, but it is Long Dog Samplers Mick the Miller. You're gonna say, I've mentioned this bunch. Yes, and I've mentioned this like 4 times. Back in September, I actually started this as a secret stitch and discovered the downside to secret stitching is that I don't in fact end up stitching on it. But my husband's now actually seen me with this, so I just decided it's fine and I'll share it as a regular whip. It's not a very large project and I don't have a lot done on it yet. Yeah, seriously, I don't have a lot done. Now, this is the other part that really stinks. I had more done. I had this entire dog done and then realized that he has one stitch too long over here, so I ripped out all of his hindquarters, his tail, there was a flower, like, it was really cute, but it was not right. And the funny part, I was looking like, okay, so this is supposed to look like my Whippet. I mean, Whippets are long dogs, but this dog was looking like really like a little disproportionately long, and I'm like, oh, what's going on here? And then when I realized when I did this bottom flower, and it's supposed to touch the hind leg, and it was off by one column, and I was like, then went back, counted, and was like, oh, I don't know how I did it. But so, and I had like a number here. I mean, it was a pain. It was a real pain to rip everything out, but necessary. That's how it goes. The fabric is a 36 count Nantucket Brew from R&R Reproductions. I'm doing 2/2 just because with black and the B5200, I wanted it to really pop. And I know that with the die. This is probably closer to like a 38 count at this point. I don't know, I haven't actually measured it. I'm just telling you it's smaller than like my regular like 36 white linens. But I do like the coverage. It's really pretty. Little butterfly here. And I started the next dog, so it doesn't take all that long to do. And there's 8 dogs and like a really tiny border, so this should be a fast project, and I don't want it hanging around for a while. So fingers crossed I get it done. But yeah, like I said, this one's actually not a new start, but the problem, because I had it hidden, it was literally out of sight, out of mind for me, which meant I never worked on it. Oh well. And so with that, I wanted to take just a really short minute here and talk about 2024 plans. Last year, I went in with this vision, and it was a great vision. I was gonna finish 4 projects. I was gonna do 1 a quarter, and I managed to get my first quarter done. Fantastic, yay, Coffee Quaker. It is still not gone to the framers. Yeah. Pretty bad, right? Second quarter was supposed to be Autumn Queen. As you'll note, she's still not done. Third quarter, you know, we'll just not even talk. Third and fourth quarter didn't happen either. So I got 1 planned finish, and then I had a non-planned finish with Holiday Hooties, and so I only got 2 things done out of 4. I did not reduce the number of whips that I have, which was also something that I was hoping to do. And looking back, it really broke apart for me the focus on a piece for a quarter, but that it was something that I had pre-picked out back December 2022. And that made no sense with how I stitch. I am very much driven by impulse when it comes to picking pieces, and I know this. I've tried all like the random, like, oh, I don't know what I want to stitch on. I've tried like the random generators, and whatever one it gives me will inevitably be the one I'm like, nope, definitely not stitching on that. So I am trying to come up, I came up with an idea of how to merge the fact that I tend to just go by what talks to me, and that the muse on any particular project is only going to last max 2 weeks. That was the problem. A quarter meant that I really needed to focus on it for like 12 weeks, and that's not how I stitch. So I am going to try to again get 4 projects done this year, but I'm not going to put a deadline on them because that didn't work for me. So if I get 4 done and they're littles, and I get them all done in February, because I don't have any littles right now, so I don't even know like where these projects would come from. It's just kind of showing an example. And I got 4 of them done. I'd be like, okay, cool, I met my year goal. And if I do work on 4 big projects and they all happen to finish up in December because that's just how it works out, that's great too. But what I'm gonna do is not set deadlines through the course of the year. I'm going to try to do more of a narrow down what I'm going to work on per quarter. I have 23 whips right now per my book, and I am going to try to, I think, pick 6. Work on those 6 for a quarter, and that, because when I pick it, and I'm picking them like, I'm not going to pick what's going to be next quarter's pieces. It's this quarter's. And in doing that, something should rise to the, okay, it's going to finish itself, or in this case of this first quarter, it's going to be Autumn Queen, because it's just so close to a finish that I'm going to do it anyway. Even though, ironically, I don't really feel it. But I have others that I'm like, okay, hey, when they end up in my hands, I do want to like work on them for a while and like really like, I guess almost go with a sprint with them. And then it'll either say like, oh yeah, continue or not. But anyway, the idea is to kind of focus down so that I get more work done on a smaller number of projects, and then that way I can, I don't know, balance out like the different types. I'm starting to feel a little bit like drawn back towards doing a little more samplers, and definitely still burnt out on full coverage right now. So that's what but I think it's a lot less planned. It's a plan, non-plan, plan. I don't know what you want to call it, but the idea is, again, to get stuff done. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm going to get 4 done. Said that last year, didn't happen. So, but I'm gonna try differently this time. And I think it'll just, I don't know, it should work a little better in the not having, again, what really ended up being a problem for me was the deadline stitching. And I do have a couple, and I'm also allowing myself to plan some new starts. I think that's other thing when I get focused on the I have to finish in order to do a start, that feels a little like I'm creating rules that don't need to be created. So in this case, I'm giving myself room for 3 planned starts for 2024, but I haven't picked them out yet. You're gonna say 3, that's really arbitrary. Yeah, I have 1 that I've picked out, and I'm leaving room for 2 that should be like, when the time is right, they'll say, yes, please work on me. And none of them are going to be before the second quarter of the year because I'm not feeling new starts right now. Starting a stocking right before Christmas pretty much took care of that feeling. So I hope that makes sense. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by for my update. I am going to be filming my 2024 Whip Parade shortly, so be on the lookout for that. I hope that your crafting is going well, and I will see you next time. Bye.